Hello everybody, Pipeman 1861 here. Well, this is the event that you all have been waiting for, or at least a couple people have been waiting for. I am going to take my life in my own hands, and I'm going to give a review and smoke, in doing so for the first time, this lovely gift that Steve gave me. His wife Glenna, by the way. They're not on YouTube, but big shout out to the both of them. Thank you so much for this. I really enjoyed talking with you at the Columbus Pipe Show. So, thank you. It was a genuine pleasure meeting you. But anyway, Steve gave me this tin. And he prefaced this by saying that it was not very much his thing. He said he liked it all right, but it wasn't his thing, so he wanted to give it to me. And I said, well, I'll make sure I make a video about it. And he said, oh, you don't have to do that. And I said, well, I want to. So, this is, apparently it's pronounced Frostika 1800 by the Grey Woody Show. Or as seen on the Grey Woody Show. Of course, that's the fellow on the Grey Woody Show with his fountain pen and whole 9 yards. Wish I could grow a beard like that. But anyway, so it is an invigorating blend of rustica and minty goodness. Okay? Never smoked rustica before. The strongest thing I've ever smoked is Deluxe Navy Flake. So I got my jug full of water here. I got something sweet inside if it's permissible, and nobody's outside, none of the neighbors are outside, so if I have to crawl in the house, it's possible. So, I'm going to smoke this for the first time. I'm going to give you my insights on it. And we're going to see how it is. And in the first thing, I'm going to smoke this tobacco in this poor little unassuming, unsuspecting, I should say, poor little unsuspecting clay pipe. Never been smoked before. What a terrible thing to do to it the first time around. I can de-ghost this real easy, and Steve said that this stuff will ghost a pipe like nobody's business. You should go, after watching me on this, you ought to go and listen to the Grey Woody Show, the episode of them talking about this tobacco. It's special, it's made by Sutcliffe. It was blended especially for them, for the Grey Woody Show. Let me get this tin open. It has actually been opened before. There we go. So the first thing, I open up the tin and I smell it, and the instant, the first thing that comes to my mind are those little mint candies coated with dark chocolate. I can't remember, I'm blanking on the name of them, but basically it's that. It's a very, very, very powerful wintergreen, chocolatey wintergreen tin note, and it's very, very pleasant, and it clears out your sinuses. Woo! Yeah. He said he had only smoked a couple bowls out of this tin. It looks like it. So there it is. Oops, don't want to lose it. I don't know if you can see in this light, but there's the green of the rustica. Looks like, wow, that's powerful stuff. He said that if you retrohale this stuff, you'll never be congested again. Your nose will be so far open it won't even be funny. So, and for those of you watching, the reason I'm making such a big deal about this, rustica tobacco has the highest nicotine content of all, naturally occurring nicotine content of all the tobacco variations. So, and this, I think they said it's 50% rustica. I'd have to re-listen to the episode of the Grey Woody Show. They talked about it to see. I'm going to put the lid back on this. And this has been out for a little while. This came out, I think, in March. And it was a small batch. So for those of you who want to try it, I'm sorry. I don't think it's for sale anymore. They had some for sale at the Columbus Pipe Show. Alright, let's go to town. Pray for me. Holy moly. Wow. Mmm. Holy steak and moly. Feels like I have a mouthful full of Altoid mints. Wow. But the funny thing is, it's good. Wow. They said that it was a special stuff that Sutcliffe was experimenting with. Apparently a very little bit goes a long way, and I believe it. Mm-mm. Wow, that's amazing. Isn't one to light very easily. I think it's going now. Mm-hmm. It has a very pleasant flavor, but the sensation in your mouth is wild. And it is immediate. A very pleasant flavor. Kind of a chocolatey. Of course, like I said, I've never smoked Rustica before, so. You know what? I don't hate this at all. It kind of reminds me, if you took some Carter Hall, added a little more burley to it, get that chocolatiness going, and then you mixed in a whole box of wintergreen Altoids. Because there's definitely some Virginia in there. I could see it in the tin. And there looked like there was either some Perique or some dark fired. It was a dark stove tobacco. I'm not getting any dark fired though. Oh man, I'm feeling it. This is good. Houston, we may have a problem. I'm going to get through this bowl of tobacco. My apologies if I get too silly. No, it's actually very pleasant as far as the flavor. I don't know what the room note would be like. Not at all unpleasant though. everything is actually working together flavor-wise to make a really pleasant smoke. It's really nice. It's just so different from anything I've ever smoked before. There's no real good parallels to draw. If you're lightweight with nicotine, though, you got to be careful. Because I mean, I'm kind of I'd say a welterweight. I'm in the middle class, so to speak. By no means am a heavyweight, but I have the body mass to absorb more punishment. But I'm feeling a little bit relaxed at the moment, and so if you're real sensitive to nicotine, you got to be real careful with this stuff. Anything with Frostika in it, or Parade for that matter, but especially Frostika. And as I'm smoking, it's either my mouth is getting used to it, or it's just the topping is kind of diminishing, but I'm not getting quite as much of the wintergreen, the minty wintergreen. It's not all the way wintergreen, but it's not all the way mint either. It's kind of a combination of mint and wintergreen. It's like mint, but without the super hard edge to it. You know what I mean? Very pleasant. Woohoo! He wasn't kidding about the retro whale. That's weird. Yes, I think this is an exceptionally good prescription if you have a cold and you still want to smoke your pipe. I suspect this would suit you quite well. Who needs a vaporizer when you got this stuff laying around? Woo-wee! I'm not going to lie to you, I was not really expecting to like it this much. Doggone you, Steve, you got me hooked on something I can't have anymore. Because there are, as far as I remember them saying on the Ray Woody show, there are really no plans to make this again. So I apologize to all my listeners if I got you wanting some and you can't get it. My apologies about that. Maybe for the 1,000, I'm thinking on a different topic. The next giveaway I'm going to do is going to be when I hit 1,000 subscribers. So maybe I'll give away a little bit of that at the 1,000 mark, just for somebody else to give it a try. Definitely the Dayquil of tobaccos, or maybe I should say the NyQuil of tobaccos. Because it just, and I'm not making fun of it, don't get me wrong. It is rather pleasant. Nice smooth smoke, really nice mouthfeel, really creamy smoke. No bitterness, I'm feeling no tongue bite whatsoever, but that may be partially due to the mint topping that can help soothe some problems. Well, Steve, I'm sorry. I know you were hoping I would be rolling around on the ground, groaning violently and being sick all over myself, but, well, you can't have everything you want. this is very good. I'm still getting the minty topping, but like I said, it's more of a subdued. The strongest was the first smack it gave me whenever I was doing the charring light, or the first light, whatever you want to call it. But it's just a really nice, chocolatey, pleasant flavor. I really like it. By and large, as far, except for the topping getting a little weaker, the flavor profile is not changing much. I'm about a third of the way down. I'm definitely feeling it. I have a feeling I'm going to be editing. Yeah, see, start. I'm going to be editing this video, sitting right here and waiting for me to get my land legs back. I've always told people, and you all know this, of course, but more naturally occurring nicotine in tobaccos that has not been fiddled with. I'm sure it has addictive qualities. I've never been chemically addicted to this stuff. I could very easily go 3 weeks to a month or however long I needed to without feeling any ill effects from not smoking. Cigarettes, you start smoking and you're pretty well stuck on it. They've chemically engineered those things to get you hooked on them. But that's not to say nicotine naturally occurring doesn't have effects on you, which it does. I do not smoke by any stretch of the imagination for the effects of nicotine. I could care less. If there was no nicotine in tobacco, I'd be perfectly happy. But there are effects. One of the effects is it kind of starts you off being kind of relaxed and kind of getting kind of sleepy. And then if you keep going, which I'm going to end up doing tonight, I guarantee you, you end up starting to get a little bit dizzy. And then if you keep going, you'll get sick to your stomach and feel horrible. One thing I tell people, if you feel yourself at all getting sick to your stomach, stop immediately, especially with cigars, I've found, because you may stop right here, but then even after you stop smoking, the effects keep building up in your system, and before, quite a ways really, before they peak off and start going down. Drinking something sweet like a soda pop with some decent actual sugar in it really helps. I don't know the chemical process within the body with that. I guess it maybe helps you metabolize the stuff quicker. This is hard to keep lit. I noticed that. I may have packed it a little bit too tight, but I don't really think so. I think it's just nature of the beast, so to speak. Anyway, drinking a sweet drink can really help bring you back to feeling better quicker, I've noticed. Because there's very few worse feelings than having the nicotine spins, as they call them. It's not a fun feeling. I guess naturally occurring nicotine will make you sick before it makes you addicted. I've always personally thought that coffee was far more addictive than this kind of thing. Caffeine, that is. Because you don't feel so much of the effects. And so it can build up on you slower. And before you know it, you get horrible headaches without drinking it. So I personally think you need to be more careful with coffee than you do with tobacco. Everything in moderation, that's all there is to it. Well, this video I think has gone on long enough. I'm at a little over 20 minutes now, so I think I'm going to let you all go. I'd say I'm about a halfway through. The flavor profile hasn't changed much. Like I said, as I smoked down, the topping, as with most tobaccos, the topping kind of became more and more muted a little bit. But it's a very pleasant smoke. Very, very good flavored. I enjoyed this far more than I thought I would. So, Steve, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. This was a fun one. If anybody has any other questions about it, put a drop down in the comment section down there. Let me know what you think. I'm going to get a little bit of excess ash off the top there. I'm going to finish this up, hopefully be able to walk in upright, and just have a wonderful evening, and I hope you all do the same. This is Pipe Man 1861 saying goodbye, good luck. May the good Lord take a liking to you. And I'll see you all again real soon. Bye, folks. Happy smoking.